Good afternoon, VC. Dave here. Gonna have a long video for you today. I think a couple videos back, did a record store day finds video and had an idea to show what I picked up from past record store days. So basically, the ghosts of record store days past, and I guess I've included Black Fridays into that. So got a really good stack here. Probably not going to spend too much time on each record, so I can get through them here in a reasonable amount of time. We'll jump right in. The first record would be, I think this is, yeah, from recent record store day. The Budos Band. This is a live recording from Asheville, North Carolina. I hate that I missed this show. I knew about it, didn't make it, regretted it. Stoked they put this out. The back, I don't know if you can see that. It is an etching. Very cool. One of the only items I picked up that record store day, I'm pretty sure. Maybe one other record. Budos Band, a lot of great horns in this group. Real upbeat, hard to describe. Kind of like the Menahan Street Band, like on cocaine. They're fucking awesome and just put a new record out. I think it's called Five. I still need to pick that up. And yeah, we'll be doing that soon, hopefully. Next record is Alice in Chains, live Facelift. This is also a live performance from a show in Seattle in 1990. This is one that when I picked this up, it was like the day after, and I got it at Lunchbox, and I was stoked they still had copies because Repo had sold out or was higher on the price, whatever the case was. But yeah, I didn't think I was going to end up getting this that year, and lo and behold, was able to grab this. This sounds remarkable. Definitely a soundboard recording. It's right up there with the Mad Season live at the Moore that I have. This is awesome. Yeah, and this was the same theater, so sounds amazing. Just songs from Facelift, epic. The next is this is a group called Number Two, which is Neil Gust from Heat Miser, a band that featured Elliott Smith before he went solo, and yeah, I had grabbed this. This is What Does Good Luck Bring? Real thick, heavy piece of vinyl on this. Really cool insert. It's like an orange, clear. If you know Heat Miser, then it's doesn't stray too awful far from that. Just a little bit more modern day. I got anything these guys have ever done, so that's why I picked that one up. Next, I think this was probably a Black Friday release. This is from Third Man. This is the band Pile, who I'm going to see here in a couple of weeks. They're from Massachusetts. Amazing dynamic rock band. This is live at Third Man. This is a great performance. This is really still cheap to pick up and available. Highly recommended. Very cool. Next is, yeah, you really have to know this one, as James Buttery said, to understand what we're talking about with this. But this is Marvin Pontiac, Greatest Hits. This is John Lurie's project, released back in '99. This is some absolutely wild stuff. It's very hard to explain. You definitely need to YouTube this. It's killer. The vocals are nuts, as far as the lyrics are concerned. But John Leary is crazy. So awesome record, absolutely awesome. Stoked that got a reissue from Northern Spy. Next was basically a 12-inch here from John Spencer Blues Explosion. She's on it, Jack the Ripper. Yeah, I picked this up that year and was hoping to get Cave in Jupiter that they put out Record Store Day. That Record Store Day was crazy. Everything got gone in the first 5 minutes. It was one of the early Record Store Days where it really had caught on. And this is a big, thick piece of vinyl, and it's kind of crazy. The inners got a whole thing of artwork there, or photo, and you can't even really see it. I'm not sure what was up with that, but still cool. And I get anything John Spencer I can find, so yeah, I wasn't sleeping on that one. And there was another one here from John Spencer that was from Record Store Day. This is a live performance in Japan. This is killer right here. Love that performance. Very cool one there. Next is one that was released very limited in Sweden for their Record Store Day some years back. This is the Boria Fredriksson Quartet Quintet Interval. This is an iconic jazz record. One of 500. Mine's numbered 404. Very crazy that Jazz Record Center in New York just posted one for sale, a used copy for like $32.95. I suggest somebody jump all over that. That is a ridiculously good price. If you're in New York, get in there. Go see Ken McAuliffe and make sure you get it before he does. And let's see, next. I think this was one that was released in Germany for Record Store Day. Not 100% on that. Maybe a Europe release. Eric Dolphy, Berlin Concerts. This is limited to 500. I think I have number 93. This is on that Doxy label, which I think is Russian. Not sure. This is phenomenal. I found this at Gray Face Records in Savannah. Oddly enough, no clue how I got there. Next record, Dexter Gordon, Walk the Blues on Black Lion Records, limited. I think this was either Black. I can't remember if this was Black Friday or Record Store Day, whatever year, but live performance. You got Kenny Drew on piano, Niles Henning Orsted Peterson on bass, who I absolutely love on the bass, Albert Tootie Heath on drums. Anything you can find on this series, RG Music is putting out these Black Lion pressings. They're usually these real nice, heavy, clear vinyl pressings on a really nice sleeve. Oh yeah, it's. Let's show the label here. Really cool label. These are real quiet, beautiful pressings, top notch. Yeah, anything you see on this label, grab it. I think there's some Monk records on this label I've seen around. I need to remind myself to pick up. As a matter of fact, practice what I preach. Next is released from Now Again. I think this was maybe last year or the year before. David Axelrod, Song of Innocence. Got the nice booklet. Yeah, I don't know. Pressed at United. I'm going to kick Egon in the nutsack if he keeps pressing there, or just, you know, boycott now again, whatever. Stop using them. They suck. This is a perfect example. Earth Rot. My copy, the Spindles. This is a useless copy. Like, I can't even pawn this off on someone at all. You can't put it on the turntable, period. Unless I decide I'm gonna take a jigsaw to the center of the records. Retarded. But great music. Great David Axelrod stuff. Composed, sampled to death. Man, would love to find originals. I'm gonna need to make the effort and get the originals, because these are, yeah. Got a Sonny Rollins on Impulse release. Was kind of a odd, I can't remember, Black Friday or Record Store Day release, but one that I hadn't found, and so was happy to pick up cheap. I think day after when it was marked down. Great Sonny Rollins record on Impulse. Here's one I had found way after Record Store Day, and this is from Modern Harmonic, who does an absolutely amazing job. This is Sun Ra and his orchestra at Intermedia Arts, April of 1991. This is amazing live performance in New York. One of my favorite records that I own, easily. Good Lord. Yeah. You see this, grab it, whatever the price. Killer, Sun Ra. Next, it's the Delvin Lamar Organ Trio live at KEXP on the Coal Mine Records label out of Ohio. Top notch, everything, packaging, the record, the groups that are on this label. This is some organ jazz, phenomenal. These guys are out of Seattle. Highly recommend checking them out. Very nice. It was one of the only records I picked up that Record Store Day. The only one I really cared about. We got the Wynton Kelly Trio with Wes Montgomery, Smoking in Seattle, live at the Penthouse. I believe this was a radio show recording, and this sounds amazing. Limited to 5,000 Resonance records. These were pricey, but this one was well worth it. This is an amazing session with Ron McClure on bass, which you don't see very often. Jimmy Cobb on the drums. Highly recommend that if you still can find a copy. And here is probably my favorite all-time Record Store Day release, and that is the Thelonious Monk, Les Lions, if I can speak French, I might get this right. Les Lions Dangereux. I'm sure I butchered that. This is the box. You can hear the group working through the music. This is like taking you there into the studio while all of it was going down. Some lost recordings. Charlie Rouse on the tenor, Barney Willen on the tenor, Thelonious Monk on the keys, Sam Jones on double bass, Art Taylor on drums. This is phenomenal. If you can still get your hands on one of these, do so. It is a necessity in any jazz collection for sure. And then let's see what else we have. Oh, we got some 7 inches here. Let's see. We've got, what do we have? We got Get Born Again, Alice in Chains, 7 inch. This is pretty cool. We got, I got a bunch of off stuff. I think I have the box too. I'm not sure if that was put out on Record Store Day, but the singles box. But got Off live at Generation Records. Off out of California, Keith Morris on the vocals, the legendary Keith Morris. These are all 1 minute long songs of just killer fucking badass punk, rock and roll, thrash, whatever you want to call it. Love Off. They get it done in 1 minute every time. It's amazing. I don't think the ladies would like that, but that's okay. Learn to Obey. Another 7-inch limited Record Store Day deal from Off. Killer. At Pearl Jam, State of Love and Trust with Breathe. This was to promote the singles soundtrack. I think that also probably dropped in Record Store Day, but didn't care about getting the expensive whole thing, so grabbed the 7-inch. This one was a killer find that I found in the used bin. Psychopathy Red from Slayer in this really cool, like, tied together envelope packaging on red vinyl. Love Slayer. This fucking rips. Very cool find. Found this recently as well, which was a Record Store Day release. Elliott Smith alternate versions from Either Or. Love Elliott Smith. He was murdered. Don't care what anybody tells me. Then you got this Soundgarden 7-inch, the Telephantasm with Gun, which is a live track of that song. This was to promote the limited edition, like triple vinyl craziness. I have that as well. This was numbered. I got number 2150. What else we have? We have some 10 inches, some more Soundgarden, Before the Doors live on I-5, and you got Room 1,000 Years Wide. Love that track is on here. Got that 10-inch. Another one of my favorite Record Store Day purchases, the 10-inch box of the singles from Super Unknown. This is wicked. I've got all of these on CD singles, all the originals, like 3 different versions from 3 different countries. Yeah, that's what each one has its own really cool sleeve with artwork. Black vinyl. I think this was fairly limited. I was really lucky to get that when I did. Picked this one up when I was in Record Archive in Rochester, New York, just by chance. Silver Sun Pickups, 10-inch with Let It Decay working title. Silver Sun Pickups from Los Angeles. Sound quite a bit like Smashing Pumpkins, if almost too much, but I really dig them. Damn good band. Some more Off, live from the BBC, 10-inch. Void You Out, Red, White, and Black. Those are badass tunes right here. This was one that went ape shit on prices immediately on eBay, like absolutely retarded money. It was freaking nuts. And somehow Lunchbox got some more copies in way after the fact and had it at like whatever, $15 or whatever. Foo Fighters, Songs from the Laundry Room. Love the early Foo Fighters recordings from Dave Grohl. I've got a cassette with the radio show with him playing all the instruments. This has got Empty Handed, which is the second song on the B-side, which is really the only reason I wanted to pick this up. That is a killer track. And the real early version, and maybe the only time it was put out on this. So, very cool. Got selections from Larry Young and Paris on Resonance. Love Larry Young. On the organ, you got Woody Shaw in here. I see Woody Shaw in anything, I am grabbing it. Love Woody on the trumpet. So that's pretty much all my stuff there. And then I've got a few selections here from Spain's Record Store Day, all from the B Corps label. I try to get anything they put out on Record Store Day and support them. I still need to pick up the Iena release they put out on the, I think it's on clear vinyl or black. It needed a reissue bad. Iena, some of the members went on to be in Nuevo Volcano, but I've got a few limited things from B Corps, the new Ramon, Dia de Defuntos, 7-inch. Let's see what else we have here. Got Standstill. This is when they were still hardcore, singing in English. This is number 68 of 150 on colored vinyl. The Tide. This was their first ever release. It was never released to vinyl until the Record Store Day in Spain. And yeah, it's on the clear. This is badass, heavy, like hardcore scene. Rock from back in the day, before they changed their sound and sang in Catalan. And you've got Nuevo Volcano, Navalaria. This is number 10 of 200 on color vinyl. And let's see what else we have. We've got this one of the prizes in my collection. This is Mehdi. Let's see, what is this one? Secret Chamber. This is number 2 of 100. Ramon in the band has number 1 of 100, and yeah, they totally hooked me up with this one. Absolutely awesome. Great band. Highly recommend checking out any of these B Corps bands I'm talking about. You can check them all out on YouTube. Spanish rock. You got the new Ramon, number 81 of 100, La Dimensión Desconocida. Love the artwork on this one. Amazing band. Of course, Ramon from Mehdi started the new Ramon. Phenomenal. His daughters are in the band Mourn. They're on Captured Tracks out of Brooklyn that I've talked about. Got some more. The new Ramon. This is the EP that accompanied O Rampa Hilos, which is one of the most amazing albums ever. This is number 5 of 100, so a real early copy of this from Spanish Record Store Day. And this was the EP that accompanied it, number 148 of 200. So yeah, so that's everything. Quite a lot. I knew this one would be a long one, but really liked the idea of kind of going back and seeing what I had gotten in prior Record Store Days or Black Fridays, and go back and spin some of this stuff. So if you all, maybe put out a video similar, be cool to see. Hope everybody's well. Peace.